Good. So up on our feet. Change the camera setting a bit here. See, something is not quite in. Okay, so on the big one first. So nice and relaxed with our legs and feet. Okay, put them together and opening the toes, bringing the heels aligned. So just going through the alignment how we usually do. Check your feet, check your toes, and then go a little bit forward and a little bit backwards. Again, just swaying. You might put your hands onto your front and then back, and then just slowing down with your breathing. Connect to the mat, connect to your breathing. Don't lift your toes, don't lift your heels, just a gentle swaying. And then stop in the middle, and we do the same sideways as well. Nice and gentle, one side to the other. Just try to keep your hips in the middle, like in the lower back, but if you're not quite sure, just stop in the middle, have a little bend on your knees and tuck it forward and backwards. Imagine a bucket of water goes forward, middle, back, middle, forward, middle, back, middle, and stop in the middle. Gentle engagement to the pelvic floor, deep tummy abdominal. Good. Now again back to the feet. Just put the outer arch a little bit more weight and see how you can connect a little bit more towards your glutes and your tummy, and then roll it back down. And again, just a few times, just see how it changes your posture. How nicely you can come back to the upper body, to the hips. And then once you've done it, I'm not asking you to stay in the outer arch, but somewhere in the middle when you feel some level of engagement from there. And then we're gonna bring the arms up, nice opening, and back down. Lifting the arms up, and back down. Remember the big toes, little toes, and the heels are the 3 points onto the mat and on your feet. That helps you to keep it down and engage a bit towards the pelvic floor. Last circle up and bring it back and down. Pull the palms up next to your ribs and then open the palms sideways. Drop the shoulders down, breathing in and out. So just a nice gentle warming up. Exhale and inhale. Try to soften the ribs. Lengthen the neck from the crown of your head. Good. Breathing in and out. And you can tuck in for a stronger feedback. You could keep it nice and loose. It's up to you. 3 more. And then let's do 1 more. And back and down. Circle the shoulders just a few times. And then we're gonna clasp our hands and put it behind the head. And we're gonna shrug up and drop. Shrug up and drop. You might bend your knees a little bit from there. Up and down. Up and down. 1 more to go. Keep it down there and then have a little twist. By bending the knees can help the knees and the hip doesn't twist with you too much. So that's why sometimes I do before we do the full twisting. Be again gentle, just a nice opening from here. 1 more. In the middle, lift the clasp hands up, stretch the legs, and back down in. Forward roll from there. So it's again, when you're standing onto the side, allow the head, the chin, the shoulders, and do it really, really slowly. You might just stop here. Breath in, and exhale. Go a teeny tiny bit forward. Soften your knees, and then really slowly roll forward and down. Soften your knees. See wherever is a a little tightness, a little stiffness, just breathing into it. Drop the head. And then very slowly tucking the tailbone under. Bring it back up, up, up. Circle the shoulders and down. We're going again. You might do the same slowness, nice and aware of your body. Rolling slowly, 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 slowly forward. No need to go really deep. You might swing a little bit from side to side. Try not to rush up. And then once you're ready, well done. Same speed, really slowly. Build your spine back up, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. Well done. Good. You're going in a little plie. You're bringing your feet together, opening the toes, but keeping the heels together. You pop your hands on your hips and then gently, just really gently, like in a downward way, push the hips back, open your knees to sideways, and then come back up into standing. So we're working on the legs, but by sending the hips a bit out. And then back down. Sorry, the postman always comes in the morning. We're leaving all the bits and bobs out, so I just tapped him back. The good thing is now with this postman, they just leave you at the front door, isn't it? They don't really want anything else from you. So pushing the hips back, and then you're coming back up, push the heels together, and then squeeze a little bit on your knees, almost like a small little ballet. Now watch this point, like you're not going this way forward, and not going even in the middle. Do a tiny bit back, tiny bit bending the hips, and start engaging a bit into your bum. So put your hands into your bum and just start feeling it, pushing up on it. Yes, you're pushing on the heels and feel a little bit in your bum. And then if you're ready, or if you can do a bit more, you could peel the heels off and then go back down. You don't need to feel how nicely you can engage to your glutes. And then some low level, your abdominals also engaged. Good. 4 more. 3, 2, and then 1 more. Good, well done. Bring your heels aligned with your toes, and you just teeny tiny bit make it wider. And we're going to do the same, just a small little back and up. Okay, so you can go deeper if you want to. If you're watching for your back, go a little, and the same, just sending the hips back and then in. Really, you might even keep your hands on your knees, sliding up and back down. And then very slowly, gradually start adding movement with your arms. Watch your knees. Be aware of your knees. Remember, not going over your toes. Connect, and then back in. Exhale and inhale. So today is the slowing down one. Just being a bit aware of what's happening, and then not going into the nice quick. Usually I'm not fast, but even today I'll just make a bit slower. Watch your knees. Watch which way is going and not going. And then soon we're going to stop, okay? So a couple of more, and we're going to do staying into a slightly bent position. Let's do 1 more, and for the next one we're going to stay. Well done. Stay there. And then you could bring your arms down just to see, because you need to lift the head up to see what's happening. Connect a bit to your tummy, and we're going to shift the weight to the right, in the middle, shift to the left, in the middle. So when you're shifting to one side, just keep it squared in your hips. Don't push too much out. Push the heel down, middle, and same onto the other side. Connect a bit underneath of the belly button. You could deepen it down if you want to. We're going to stay to one side if you're still with me. Really using your glutes, your lower abdominal. We're going to start sending the leg out and back in. 2, 3. For me, you could add some arms, okay? Chin and just keep it like that. Well done. 4, 3, good. 2, and 1. Well done. Back in the middle. And let's get up just to recap. Going down again. Connect to the tummy first. Push the heel down. Shift the weight to the other side. And connect there. See that keeping the weight down. Feel it there. If you feel the back is hurting by the hinging forward, keep it straight. And do the same. Jenna, just nice and easy. Working on the leg for me. There you go. And then just see any wibble wobble. Just be aware of that. And the more you raise awareness of that, you know, just every time you know it's a little bit more work needs to be done. 2 more. And then back in the middle, shift the weight in the middle and up. Good. Opening the legs a little bit to the side. And we're going to do just a bending forward, keeping the back straight. And once you reach down there, just slowly rolling back up. So slightly bit more dynamic than the normal forward bend. And then rolling the spine forward. Exhale forward. And then come back, roll the spine back up. Opening the chest. Come forward and down. One more to go. Exhale forward and down. Good, so soften your knees and tilt. Turn your upper body a little bit to sideways and do the same here. Straight back and then slowly roll the spine back. So the back goes flat down like an ironing table and then curl back up. So it's opening on the side. Be very gentle with your movement. Back in the middle. And we're going to shift to the other side. So center stand. Hinge forward. Roll the spine back up in the middle. And again, exhale. Do again gentle and slow motion. Don't need to rush with that. 2 more. And let's do 1 more. Opening to the chest. Forward and down. Good, well done. Have a little twist. Just facing a little squatting or like lunging we're going to do from here. So going to bend the back leg. The front knee is just slightly bent. Bend and stretch. So just go back 10. Bringing the tailbone down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Just shift back in the middle and then change direction. And we're going to do 10 here and we're ready to go down. So even from here, you could bring both knees down, or if you're ready, you could come back up, have a sip of water, and then come back all the way down to the mat. So let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So if you choose to go this way down, just drop a little bit further down. Use your hand and coming down to 4-point kneeling. Just a few cat stretch from here. Good, all down. So you just watch, tucking the tailbone, curling the spine, and do the opposite way. Well done. One more. We're going down into sitting. So we're going into the sitting, little bit of movement onto the lower back, little bit in the abdominal. Use the ball, just as a nice feedback. So behind your back, sitting up on the sitting bone, and then you might just do a little curl for your back, your upper back, lower back, pushing back towards the ball, and then lengthening up, sitting yourself up, back onto your sitting bones, and then rolling gently back. Exhale, left. Well done. And then curl back. Once you curled back, just gently move the head from side to side. Release any tension. Back in the middle. And then pull back up in the middle. Get some space for yourself. Now from here, you might keeping your legs a little bit looser, relax your toes. And then from there, we're going to tilt back down and then back up in. So from the sitting bone, really gently tilting back from the lower spine. Feel a bit of engagement again below the belly button. And then sit up in the middle. Is to just work through that nice little range. Try not to flatten the ball, just be gentle cushioning. And the ball is supporting your back, supporting your spine. Give this nice little rounding. And again, just slow it down. Really little, I need to go down. Really little to start feeling in connection to the tummy. There's one more little watch point. So open your chest and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep that upper trunk connection. So open body, opening the chest, and just only curl and gently cushion towards the ball. Okay, that's it. And you're holding onto your knees or lifting it up is up to you. Okay, so if you're ready to lift back up, it's fine. If you're holding onto your it's perfectly fine too. Start breathing in and out. Start feeling the connection towards your lower abdominal. Opening your chest and imagine your head and neck goes like long way out. Not curling with our head. Opening this time. Opening the chest. That's it. For me, lift the head up, back a little bit. Good. That's it. So imagine you're going nice straight line away, slightly slanted, and then roll forward, sit back up. Okay, so anytime you need to come back up into upright sitting, do that. You might just do the forward and backward, just easing things off. So choose what is good, but if you're happy to stay down there, let's see if we can do another time. And then we're going to bring the arms up or holding on there is totally up to you. And we're going to open the knees and close the knees. As you're opening the knees, comes a little bit wider engagement onto your abdominal. See that you're not slanting. Keep it open. Well done. You can use your hand and then close and open. Shoulders down. And then back in. Exhale and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. We're going to roll back up again. Okay, if you're ready, you could add some arm movements, and if you had enough, just do very gentle cooling off from them. For me, you could repeat the opposite movement with the arm and leg. So closing in and open. Janet, I can't properly see you here, but just see for the next 8, okay? So either rolling forward and backwards gently, or, thank you, we were down a bit. Good, we're going lying down anyway soon, good. So feel the gentle cushioning towards the ball. And then I didn't add any movement, but if you want, you could do a gentle opening and closing opposite with the arms. And then really slowing it down. Open your chest for me. Bring your head back up. Good. Connect the rib cage down to it. Well done. And then let's ready to one more sit up. We're gonna take the ball out. And an option to fully lie down, like with this control. Janet, I would say to you, roll into the side and lie down on our back. For me, you can go with the full rolling down. Janet, use your hand and then lie down on our back. And as we kind of work into the abdominal, just a little bit of stretch on the upper body. If you need a block, please pop things underneath of your head. And then coming into a neutral lying down. So the one big things which I really see and want to see, how you're relaxing your hips down. Okay, imagine you have a very long upper body, really long. Relaxing the hips back down, so it's not gripped up, relaxed. And this part to relaxing the hips can be really hard sometimes. So just pop the hands into the hip bone, and you might put 2-3 fingers just like down below where the little crease is on your hips, and just give a little gentle massage, just a gentle little movement, very gentle, moving and releasing any tension into your lower back, into your hips, just opening and relaxing down. And then from here, once you settled in the middle, just gonna open one knee to the side, close it back in. Open to the side and back in. So 6 onto the right, 6 onto the left. Soften down the ribs. And once you're done, change to the other side. 2, 3. It's raining outside, isn't it? 4, 5. One more to go. 6. Do 2 together, but watch what happens with your hips, okay? So you don't lift up, keep the bum down. Maybe you check it. The bum is really fully down and there. Open and close. Open and close. Another 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bringing your feet a little bit closer towards each other, bringing the arms to the side slightly more. You could keep the palms facing down, and then I'm going to add a little variation onto that. You know this one, a nice beautiful hip twist, bringing your knees to the side, connect to the tummy once you're ready to go back. And then change to the other side, bringing knees to the side. Keep them together. You might lift your foot off or feet off and connect to the tummy to come back in. And again, switching to the other side. Feel again relaxing from the hips. Connect back in the middle. You might start turning the palms up to see it's a little bit more challenge on your core. You might bringing a little bit to the side. Janet, careful with that. I would just do really nicely, easing into the movement, whichever feels good. And when you're turning the head to the other side, just soften your ribs down a bit. Relax from the rib cage, from the shoulders, and then rolling back in the middle. And for me, you could go bringing the arms slightly bit higher to connect to the ribs a bit stronger. Well done. One more on each way. And then we're going to come back in the middle, bringing the arms down. And we're going to bring one leg up into tabletop and then bring it back down. Find a place where you can, I'm really sorry, my kids and everyone's so loud here today. So bring it down. Shh. Sorry. Bringing it up and then back down. So keep the hands into that little part, these little creases. It needs to get engaged from there, but as much as you can, imagine you're keeping your glutes still down. Just lifting the knee up and then back down. Lift and lower down. In your lower back, you have a small little arch. So again, just be very gentle. Awareness towards that is not changing. Your knees are coming up one by one, but your neutral spine, your ribs, your shoulders, head stays still. And slow down, slow down if it's not like that. If you want to do a bit more, you lift one knee up. We're going to hold it here and then open and close a little bit here as well. About 6. Open and close. Be aware of that, how much is changing or not changing. And if it's changing, don't worry at all. Just try to restrict the other movements as well. We only need to focus onto the knees and the core connection. Back down and we switch to the other leg. So bringing it up, keeping the bum down, bending the knee, and then off you go. Out and back in. And sometimes when we do this exercise slowly, it just say, oh, it never really felt that way. Watch the other knee doesn't wobble. And then this exercise is quite nice under the hip to see if the range just gradually gets a bit bigger. Watch that you're not rocking from your trunk. You get a nice opening and movement from the hip. Good. One more. And then back in and down. Good. So this exercise, we're going to do extending the leg and back in. It's one of the lowest level, but if you're doing it right, you really start feeling it so nicely to the tummy. So bring the ribs down, neutral spine, small little arch, and then keep this one again disengaged as much as you can. Lift the toes up and just sending the heel out and then back in. Just do a couple of times. Heel out and back in. Allow the neutral spine to stay neutral and then feel that you're pulling in from the tummy. Don't fully extend. Don't fully extend because that's sometimes locking in and it's get a bit more harder. So just a gentle bend and pull it in. And if you think this is working nicely, bringing the arm and do together. Extending the arm, extending the leg, and circle it back together. Okay, so you're just using the heel to pull and then in. Yes. Exhale. Inhale. Use the heel. It's a nice little way to stay connected to your pelvic floor. Let's do one more and we're going to switch side. Bringing hands back, arms back into the midline. And at the beginning, don't do the arms, just do the legs. So out and back in. Again, just feel good 30% of engagement into your, a little bit stronger than usual in standing. To start being active, start engaging from there. And by adding the arms, sending the arm, scooping it back in. Exhale and inhale. Exhale And inhale to just work through that. And one more. Back in and down. Good. Bring the arms down. Well done. We're going to go one higher, bringing one leg up into tabletop. We're going to send the leg out and then back in. Send the leg out. Sometimes I'm just keeping this level and then just kind of extending from my leg. So it's not getting too much of the changes into the hips. So just out and back in. And if you're ready, you could add the arm movements how we did at the lower level. Out, back in. Out, back in, out. And again, like 6 on each side. 2 more. Keeping the bum down. Well done. In. And we switch side. If you find it too strong on the arms or too complicated, switch the arm off. Still other leg back in. Have a little shimble. Just check where you are. Neutral spine. Keeping the bum down and relaxed. And then extending the leg and back in. So just a nice little stretch and back in. Stretch and back in. And you could up the arms as you wish. Exhale. Inhale. I'm clicking from my shoulder today. Didn't really do much warm up on there today. Out. Back in. Let's do 2 more. Out. In. One more to go. Out. In and down. Good. Release the tension from there again, just a nice little movement. I do usually from side to side, but you could take your legs a little bit wider and then let it to drop a little bit if that feels easier. So chin and just open from the hips. Feel what feels good if you need to stretch and release. If you have a ball nearby you, 2 ways. You could put the ball between your knees, or now I started doing it between underneath of your bum. Okay, so you just like underneath, not your bum, sorry, underneath of your calf and between your quads. Okay, so kind of hiding it. You might not need the block underneath of your head, so take it out or keep it in if you think you need it. And we're going to do just a gentle peeling away and roll it down. When I do just a gentle, it's nice that you just do the pelvic tilt and then gradually build up, just lifting, shifting the weight towards the feet and then roll down. If you have osteoporosis, just keep it straight, okay? But just gradually build up. Okay, so don't really do the rolling if you have osteoporosis, but if you do, straight back up, straight back down, and build up gradually the range, how far you go up. Don't need to go really high. And we're gonna stay up for the next. See where you connected, keeping your feet slightly more weight on this. You might need to see a little wiggling around and start engaging from your glutes. You start feeling it, a nice little burning. And if you do feel it there, we're going to do 10 going down and up. 1, 2, squeeze the bum together, squeeze the thighs together. So working onto the glutes, a bit of engagement onto that, nice and strong. And another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it there. I know it's burning. Hold it there. And if you're still with me, lift the arms up and stretch the arms over the head. Stay there. Relax the back of the palms or rest onto somewhere. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. 1 more. And either straight back or rolling it gradually down. 1 by 1 by 1 by 1 by 1 by 1. And then lifting it back again. Up, 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 up. And then slowly down, down, down. Good. Bring your arms down, and then you can release the ball, bringing yourself a nice cuddle, bringing your knees to your chest. Cuddle, cuddle, nice big cuddle. And then we're going to do gentle rocking from side to side, round and round. Anything, Janet, you like in this position, just use it. I do sometimes pulling in and release, pulling in and release. I pop the knees on the top and I push it out, so just keeping the tailbone down. Rock from there as well, from side to side, or round and round. And then if you're back again, just cuddling underneath of your thighs. And then lifting the head a little bit. We're going to do a teeny tiny rocking. That's it, and there you go. Just a really tiny rocking. And then see if the rocking eases off a little bit more. A really tiny range. You don't need to do full sitting up. What can help? Connecting to your abdominal, connecting to your core a bit. You might feel that strength from your core gives you a little bit more of a rocking. Good. If that's too strong, too painful, rock from side to side. That's it. Wherever it's easing there. Well done. And then we're gonna, if you want, you could rock on to sitting up. If you just want to do teeny tiny rocking, just enjoy it 1 or 2 more times. We're going to lower ourselves slowly down, releasing the hands and the knees down one by one. We're going to roll to sideways. So we're going to roll on our side and then coming up into our elbows. If you have a ball, or you can push this one back up. Bring it underneath of on your hip, just really low this time. So bring it a bit as low as you can. Between the bottom of your ribs and your waist is somewhere there. Open the chest, bringing the top hip. Remember, this is sometimes just kind of glued back in. Push it out. And then we're going to ready to lift. From that's it. You all know this one. Nice little clamp movement from there. Lift and lower. So the ball in there, and help again just to feel a little bit around your lower abdominal. Also supports you, so don't squash it. Get that slight engagement onto your core. Imagine that you can't fully stretch. This again just cushioning you. Nicely give you support. And then hopefully by now you're feeling your glutes. So we're working up from there. Exhale and inhale. Good. See, the glute engagement is quite important, and then don't really talk much about it, but obviously once we have a nice, sufficiently working glute, they start taking load from the lower back, and that's when the lower back can ease off a little bit, having less strain on there. Okay, let's go to level 2. With the level 2, you need to bring the legs teeny tiny bit out. So when you're lifting up, you're not getting into that. If that hurts, Jenna, just squish a little bit more onto the, we have to squish actually, all of us we need to do. And then do a level 2. So feet slightly off, there you go. Well done, that's it. Up and back down. See the same principle, up and back down, up and back down. Up and back down. I forgot to switch the lights on here. You can see me better from here. Then it's almost finished the session, and then we keep going a bit up and down, up and down. Good. 4, 3, 2, and one more. Good. Hopefully you felt it. So just bring it down, lengthening it out, stretch the top leg out. I know this one start kind of fatigue kicks in. Just open a little bit more. We're going to do last one on there, lifting the straight leg up and back down. We're going to do 8 lifting and 8 circling back. Keep the hip still. Just lift from the leg. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. 4, 3, 2, and we're gonna hold, lengthen, and circle. 1, 2. Backwards is hardest. We'll do this one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. And 8. Good. Take the ball out and place it under your head, or if you really don't like the wobbliness under your head, bring it in front of you and then put another cushion under your head. Okay, so see what's nearby you. We're gonna lift the arm up, drop the shoulder down, and just a couple of times just drop the shoulder. If your knees are coming forward on the ball, that gives you a nice kind of restriction again onto the hips is not coming with you. So focusing more, opening the upper back. Exhale, lift, open the chest. Coming back down in the middle. You see, just make sure you have room, opening the chest. Stay there, look into your palm. I really like turning the head. Turn the head, look into your palm. And the aim not far to bring the arms down. The aim is to gently twist your spine and then back in. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Let's do one more. Coming back in the middle. And we're going to come up. We're going to push our stuff onto the side. We're going to take our stuff to the opposite side. Just to bring it through there. So we have a block, cushions there. Coming on our side. Well done. Pop it in the ball. So just above the hip bones and below the ribs. But always just change it if it doesn't sit right. Watch the shoulders from here opening up. If you feel tired from here, just lie down into the old, the full lying down position. Opening the hips, just watch it's not going back. So lengthening that way and forward. Good. It's so nice. 3, 4. Connect across the tummy. 7, 8, 9. We go for 16 with this one, okay? So 6 more. And then 1. Good. So with lifting this one, we need to move either the arms a little bit out or the legs. So wiggle a little bit, otherwise we're really slouching here. Good. Well done. And open and close from here. The stillness again, this one, so like wherever we kind of did today, we try to isolate the muscle group. So did work really onto the pelvic floor, opening the knee, connecting back to the center. This one is just onto the glutes, just to see how we can energize those muscles and get back into a right alignment. Okay, should be enough of that. 2 more. And then we're gonna straighten, relax it back down. And we're gonna have a little tap tap if you felt it. You might need to bring yourself back upright from here. If your neck starts hurting, my one does sometimes, just look down, okay? So you kind of drop the head, but not too much, okay? So you still feel everywhere else is working. Just let your head and neck to rest from here. And then lift the straight leg up and back down. So if you're holding it back in here and feel the strain, feel free to just look down and then start feeling and working it through the nice exercise onto the glutes. Lengthen the leg again. See if you're not rocking up and back down. Okay, so it's keeping it still. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there, and then 8 beautiful circles. You could make the circle bigger if you want, but just watch that it's not moving from the hip. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Hope you felt it. Bring it back down. And release. Take the ball out, and then you either bring it on the top. So you bring the knee and the top knee resting on there. And as we lower ourselves down, the arms coming forward and rest the head and the shoulders. So if you put the blocks underneath, allows the shoulder underneath as well, just to rest. Bringing both arms together, both palms, and then lifting up, shoulders relax. Again, watch the points again. Drop and lift, drop. You see this one? Good. And then follow the movement with your head. The best feedback. And then ready to open when you're ready. And then back in. Remember, not the aim to go really fast, is the one to keeping the hips forward facing and open the chest. You feel probably in your mid back. You might feel in your shoulder. You might feel in your lower back across. See where you're feeling it, and it's okay. You know, it's coming there because that's when the tightness is there. There's no right or no wrong in there. Just be gentle with your body and be aware. Don't hold your breath. Breathing in and out. Good. Exhale, open. Inhale back down. Last one to go. Opening it out. Well done. Good. And then from here, we're going to go in a little bit onto the tummy. So take the ball out. And then if you're ready, just come onto your front. And pop the ball under your chest, wherever you feel is going to be supported. So it's going to tilt you up straight away. Keep the elbows by your side. And then just do a gentle rocking from one hip to the other one. Again, Janet, if that feels good and nice, just stay like that. And what I try to do, and then start from the beginning encouraging, don't let the tummy to fully drop. So get a bit of engagement straight at the beginning from your lower tummy, pushing the tailbone down, so like shifting a little bit weight towards the pubic bone, and then easing off from there, turning the head to one side, to the other side if that works. Again, gentle movement. If it doesn't sit right, just stop. Good. And then from here, once you're ready, we stop. You could relax your toes, and we're getting the connection to the lower back and lower tummy. Okay, so the same. Imagine the door is closing. We remember when we put the ball underneath, and let the tummy to gently lift from the mat. sending the tailbone down and release it back. Now, when you do the lifting on the tummy, watch that you're not squeezing your bum, okay? So it's almost the two, but without the glue, okay? So the squeezing the glue, it will switch on. We don't need this strong, okay? Try to just get towards the lower tummy, lifting from the lower spine. So you can see from here is no arching. Now it's a little dip. And then when I'm engaging, I'm lengthening the lower back, sending the tailbone towards my heels, and then back down. Okay, so you might as well just focusing on this engagement and nothing else. And keep it there. The ball is there just to give you a little prompt, so it's not too strong onto your arms and shoulders, but the arms and shoulders can help. So once in the middle, you're gonna bend the leg and pull and point and straightening it out, okay? But still watch the engagement. Watch the engagement into the lower abdominal. Bending the leg, point and flex, and straightening it out. So lift, lift, lift from the lower tummy, pushing down the tailbone. And then feel this exercise when you're bending the leg. You feel it at the front of your thigh. And then it's strengthening in the back of your tighten. Working on that. Okay, if you feel this is too strong, well then just stay there. And we're coming into well done, well done. Well done, Jenna. Nice, beautiful lower back. And then we're gonna take the ball out and we're gonna lower ourselves down a bit. You could keep it maybe just under your head or forehead. And then just do 1 or 2 lifting onto the lower back. Well done. So straighten the legs, relax and go down a little bit, Janet. Lie down fully. There you go. Well done. And we're gonna put one hand to the chest, next to the chest. Connect to the tummy. So do the lifting, which we just practiced. And then gently push onto the side. Look up and then go back down. Okay, so it's not just stretching and twisting on the spine, connecting to the core. Have a little push and lowering it down.
I found this on the web for is not just
4 onto the right and 4 onto the left. Opening the chest. And then just take your time when you're switching, okay? So onto the other side. You might use the ball under your forehead or on your side of the head. You might not use anything. Shoulders away, connect to the tummy, and then have a gentle push to one side. Have a little twist and release. And again, have a little twist and release. One more. And then back down. There's one little step further. You could take the ball all the way out. You could do like a full, like a swimming, just hovering over the hair, over the mat, and then lift without pushing, and then back in. And you can switch into the opposite side, and then back down. Exhale. Watch the lower tummy. The first thing first, lower tummy engaged. And then pull. And then back down. Jenna, don't do this if your lower back has any twinges, okay? So just do if this feels nice. So it's like a combination of swimming. Good work. And then we're gonna relax from there. Keep the legs, just relax a bit. You might turn your toes under for ready to push up, but let the upper body just to relax for a few breaths in and out. And we're coming into child pose from here. So your hands under the chest, Remember, you're pushing with the knee, the bum, and the tummy. So there's no dipping into the lower back. The main idea is you might go to sideways to pulling it up to the side, but no dipping onto the lower back, because that's what we just worked against. So you might just push yourself up this way to rolling into the side and coming into a nice, well done, a nice, comfortable child pose, sitting down towards your heels, well done. Bringing the forehead down, and might bring your arms to your side, by your side, next to your hip. Let that nice little curling and this nice little resting position just to take over for a bit. Good, nice breathing in and out. Feel that you are supported, and then any tension is just leaving now. Good work. And we're finishing, once you're ready, just a very nice and gentle cat stretch. Hopefully feels nice and eased. Curling up and back down. And again. And we're gonna move a little bit the hips from side to side. And you might do a little bit from rolling and moving around. You could change directions. Back and around. Very well done. Well done, well done, well done. So once you're ready, you just take it nice and don't rush from here. If you need to go, have a lovely, lovely week. If not, you okay, Jenna? Okay. Say again.
Thank you so much.